Welcome back to the Abroaders Mini-Course on American Airlines miles. So far, we've covered American's partner airlines, how to explore destinations, and how to check the number of miles that you need for your next trip. In this lesson, we'll put everything together so that you'll be empowered to turn your American miles into cheap flights anywhere in the world. First, let's cover some basics about booking award travel. American, like most airlines, restricts the number of seats that you can book with miles. You may have heard this referred to as blackout dates. The flights that can be booked at the lowest prices are called Saver Awards. To book travel, you need to find Saver Awards on American Airlines and their partners. There's a lot of confusion about the best time to use your miles. With American Miles, it's possible to book travel at a maximum of 331 days before departure. This doesn't mean, however, that 331 days is the best time to find available seats. Airlines want to sell as many seats as possible to paying customers. When they think a flight might sell out, they normally don't allow you to redeem miles. However, the estimate of how many seats that they're going to sell changes daily, and sometimes even hourly. American and their partners actively manage the number of seats that can be booked with miles based on those estimates. So in other words, a flight that you checked yesterday might be available today. So, as I go through the rest of the content from this lesson, remember that it's important to be persistent. In the first video, I explained that only 35% of American Airlines partners will show up on the award search on AA.com. This includes 6 oneworld partners plus Alaska and Hawaiian. Remember that you can use the oneworld route map and other resources from Lesson 1 to figure out if any of these airlines serve your destination. If so, you can start with AA.com and potentially save yourself quite a bit of time. You'll find a link that takes you directly to the American Airlines award search below this video. Once you've entered your travel details, you'll see a calendar showing the dates that are currently available with AA Miles. Remember that you want to be looking for saver prices. American would be happy to charge you 2 or 3 times the price for an Anytime award, but that won't be a very efficient use of your miles. The award availability is different for each class of service, so it's possible that you'll find a Saver Award in business class on a date where economy is only available at an inflated price. This sounds ridiculous, but if you're not careful, it's actually possible to spend more miles to fly economy than business class on the exact same flight. If you find an award on AA.com, the rest is easy. You can book the ticket online and pay the taxes and fees with your favorite rewards card. If you're not quite ready to book, you can also put your itinerary on hold for 5 days, and that will make sure that nobody else can book those seats. Now, let's take a look at the airlines that can only be booked by phone. If you couldn't find something on AA.com, there's a good chance you can still get a flight to your destination using one of these partners. The good thing about American's crappy website is that fewer people know that they can book with these airlines, so there tend to be more award seats available. For the oneworld group, the best places to search for award seats are the British Airways and Qantas websites. I've added a link below the video to each of these pages. If you don't have a British Airways or Qantas frequent flyer account, you'll need to create one, which is free, before you can use the search feature. Let's take a look at British Airways first. Here's a sample result for travel from Tokyo to Hong Kong. Unfortunately, this is a route that is not operated by any airlines that are bookable on AA.com, unless, of course, you want to fly from Tokyo to Los Angeles and back to Hong Kong that way and add an extra 25 hours onto your trip. Fortunately, British Airways' website will find most of the oneworld airlines, including Cathay Pacific and Japan Airlines, which operate a direct flight from Tokyo to Hong Kong. Once you've verified that a seat is available in the class of service you want, you'll need to call up American to book the reservation. You'll want to completely ignore the number of miles and the cash price for taxes and fees displayed by BA.com. British Airways is assuming that you want to use their miles, called Avios points, and the prices will be different from the number of miles you need with American. Your other option for oneworld airlines is the Qantas website. Like British Airways, Qantas has the same alliance partners as American, so if you find a flight here, the American phone agents can book it for you. The one advantage of Qantas is that you can see a full calendar of dates on a single screen. British Airways makes you search for one day at a time, which can be pretty tedious if you have a lot of flexibility in your travel dates. You'll also be able to see all the different classes of service on a single screen. Again, Once you find your flights, you should ignore the price in Qantas miles and call American to confirm your ticket. American partners that are not part of the One World Alliance are the trickiest to search. Alaska and Hawaiian can both be searched on AA.com. For the most part, this works fine, but you should know that American doesn't always show all of your options with Alaska. If you know Alaska Airlines operates flights to your destination, you might consider checking alaskaair.com to make sure you aren't missing anything. You can also use the Alaska Airlines website to search for flights on Fiji Airways, which is a partner of theirs as well. For Etihad flights, you'll want to search on Etihad.com and look for an available guest seat. Etihad's award search shows award categories called Classic and Flex Awards as well, but you'll need to ignore those because they can't be booked with American miles. Lastly, there are a few airlines that can't be searched with any free websites at the moment. Gulf Air and Air Tahiti Nui can be searched only with a paid service called Expert Flyer. There is a free trial for 5 days, so you can get the information you need if you're just searching for a single flight. Otherwise, you can just call American and ask them to look for available flights over the phone. Once you've found availability for the flights you want, you'll call American and book the tickets. Make sure you write down the flight numbers and double-check the price in miles using the American Airlines award chart. We've booked thousands of tickets, and the phone agents and computer systems make mistakes with the price all the time. Lastly, you want to make sure that you ask the agent to waive the phone booking fee. It is American Airlines' official policy to waive the phone fee for tickets that can't be booked online. However, in my experience, you must ask them to waive this fee. They almost always charge the fee if you don't remind them of that policy. If booking your award ticket feels like a little bit too much work, there's also a much easier option. Abroaders offers a done-for-you booking service that does all the heavy lifting. Just tell us when and where you want to travel, and we will help you find the perfect itinerary for a small fee. To wrap this up, not all flights that are available for sale can be booked with American Miles. You'll need to find award availability searching AA.com or one of the other websites mentioned in this video. When you find the flights you want, you'll need to call American to book your ticket, and don't forget to ask them to waive that phone booking fee. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about American Airlines Miles. If you have questions or feedback about this course, send me an email at support@abroaders.com. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you next time.